Hi everyone, welcome back. Jenny Sharp here, Untitled. This is my very good friend, Alexis Belbel. Thank you so much for coming on. She's a local influencer. For those of you who don't recognize her, I'm sure a lot of people do. How many followers do you have on Instagram right now? Do you know?
I think like 370 something thousand.
Nice, all right. And I want to talk about that too. First of all, people ask me what it's like to know someone famous.
So famous.
It's funny because whenever we post pictures together, I have some of my girlfriends, because I'm from Tulsa, so a lot of my girlfriends from Tulsa too, who recognize me and they're like, oh my gosh, is that Alexis? Tell me about her.
So
Is she sweet in real life like she is on her Instagram? And I'm like, yes,
hopefully
she's
you're like,
literally the same person. Yeah. I'm like, listen, let me tell you everything about Alexis.
Let me tell you the tea on her.
Yeah. No, but it's so funny though, because when we first became friends and I would post pictures, people would be like, oh my gosh, that's Alexis. And I was like,
so
she's
funny.
a big deal. I didn't realize that.
No, definitely not.
Well, I think we should talk about how we became friends. Because I started following you. You were like one of two, or maybe the only one at the time, the only influencer I was following.
I feel so honored.
Thank you. Oh, I said thank you. You're welcome.
Well, also thank you for choosing me.
Well, I started following you because you just seemed really like sweet and genuine, and you weren't like performative. And I don't know. I feel like, I'm just going to go ahead and talk shit. A lot of influencers do kind of have this like air of self-importance about themselves. Like they're just cooler than everyone. They think they're like supermodels and, and you make good money doing it and stuff. But I'm just like, you're a person. Like it's fine.
Yeah, I feel like people definitely some people, not everyone, let it get to their head a little too much.
Yeah.
Not everyone. I have met some that are nice and genuine, but I feel like some people put up a front and I feel like it's pretty obvious to see.
Yeah, you can tell when you're following certain people. And then I have unfollowed people because of that, because I'm just like, I just don't connect with them. But I followed you because I feel like we are on the same page about health. And I liked your fashion.
Thank you.
You were the reason I got back into Abercrombie. I didn't realize they got cool again.
I know. It's crazy. It's all I wear now on Amazon.
Literally my peacoat. It's literally all I wear. and then I buy from your links too. So
thank you.
I started buying the pink matcha because of you.
Yeah.
I got into medical medium and drinking celery juice because of you.
You're more on top of it than I am now.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to be learning from you.
I still drink it every day.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I need to get back in it.
But I don't juice it. So that's why I can do it.
I still need to drink it either way though. It's been like a year or two.
But it takes forever to juice it.
I know.
And then to clean the juicer.
It's so good though. It's so good.
Yeah, it's so good for you.
I've gotten such out of the habit. Like I still do like the lemon water and all that stuff.
Yeah, well, I don't do that. So it's we have to trade off.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we going to do?
We'd be a good roommate situation. You be making the or you be buying the juice. I can make everything else.
Should we be roommates this late life?
I don't know if our boyfriends would be happy about that.
Be like a little Grey Gardens maybe. Like people are going to be like, why are they living together?
I'd be down.
I would definitely move into your house, by the way. Your house is very nice. Even though you moved like 30 minutes away from me.
Yeah. So. Out on the burbs.
Yeah. How do you like it out there?
I love it. Yeah. I think at first it was, it was like just an adjustment for me. Living in Dallas, I was like, everything's so close.
Yeah, because you were like M Streets area, right?
Yeah, it was really close to here, like to everything. And now, it's definitely I have to plan ahead. If I want to come to Dallas, I try to come in not traffic times.
Yeah.
But I love my neighborhood. It's quiet.
Oh,
it's
I love it. Oh, yeah. We went on a walk that one time and I was just like, oh, it was so safe. That's why I like it too.
You never feel like I have, I will say my boyfriend thinks it's crazy that I have those glass doors with no covering on them. And he's like, but everyone can see you. I'm like, literally nobody drives by here.
You don't even have anyone living across the street from you right now, right?
Eventually I will.
Yeah.
But the thing is, everyone in my neighborhood has those doors. And even like we went and did the carriage ride in Highland Park. Everybody's doors are, I don't know if it's on purpose or not.
I don't know.
It's like
everyone can see.
Yeah, I'm like, I guess it's safe, but I'd be scared to have
so
many people looking.
It's still Dallas, so.
I love the look of it. So, but I'll now I just sit on the couch, even though everyone can see me with the lights on. I don't care.
But there's no one out there.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we are getting more people driving by in their neighborhood now because it's like newer and more
people are moving in. Yeah.
But overall, I love it. Owning a house is definitely
a lot of work.
Challenging. Yeah. I feel like there's always something, but I love the neighborhood and happy I did it, even though it is a little bit of a hike to get back to Dallas, but it's worth it. There's trade-offs,
I know. Well, and I'm about to move to Plano, so there we go. I'm going to understand very soon.
But Plano is great. There's so many. You guys have so much there.
Yeah.
Where it's not, I mean, it's developed, but it's not as, I mean, Plano's been around longer, so I feel like you guys have ton more restaurants.
But you have Onassis, which is like my favorite restaurant in all of DFW. It happens to be in Rockwall.
Yeah.
So
I have an excuse to get you out there.
Yes, if Onassis wants to open a location in Plano or Dallas, I'd be down for that. I think I talked to the owner once and I asked him, I was like, are you going to open?
Is it this? They just own that one restaurant? Okay.
Yeah, but I was like, please.
Because it used to be standard service.
Oh, it was?
That was where the standard service was. And then they moved to that bigger one.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
And the other one is...
That's like such a different location.
I know, it's such a different vibe.
They have that huge outdoor space now in Heath.
So. And even the one in Dallas doesn't remind... Like, I feel like they're not similar at all. The standard... Is it still there? The standard service on Greenville?
I'm not cool. I don't know.
I mean, I'm definitely not. I feel like
I feel like it's
I'm
still
not
there.
in Dallas. Yeah. I don't know any of the hip places anymore.
I don't go out anymore.
I know.
I know. I'm the
same. I mean, we're both homebodies. We're old and homebodies.
Oh yeah, we're both homebodies. So I was talking about how we kind of connected. We are a lot of similarities. I started following you, and I think I would just reply to your stories sometimes with questions or links or whatever. And I found out we had a lot in common. We both had like thyroid issues. We're hypothyroid. We've had inflammatory issues. And so I would always try to follow like kind of what you were doing, because it seemed like what you were doing was working, and a lot of it did work actually.
Yeah, you look great. I mean, you always look great, but you look great.
Crumbling on the inside, looking good on the outside. So
that's the same for me.
Yeah, I'm like, at least if I'm crumbling on the inside, I need to at least look like I'm not. So I can't have both going down. So, but yeah, we started talking from there. And I think what happened is, and I don't remember what year this was. Was this maybe like 2020 or 2021? I feel like it was during the pandemic. But I had messaged you because a girl in my apartment building, I was taking my dog out. Her dog and my dog were like, becoming friends or something. We just started talking. She was like, oh my God, I love your jacket. And where did you get it? And I was like, oh, it's Abercrombie. Did you know they're cool again? And we just started talking about that. And I was like, yeah, my friend... you weren't my friend at the time, but I followed this influencer and she has all this Abercrombie stuff. And I got it from one of her links and she was wearing it. It was so cute. And she was like, oh, I need to follow her. Who is it? And I was like, it's Alexis Belbel. And her face kind of went, and I was like, yes. And she was like, oh, I think she is the ex-girlfriend of my current boyfriend. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you were telling me this story. You messaged me and I was like, I don't remember this. I was in Mexico with Sam and you were messaging me. And I was like telling Sam, like, I don't know who she's talking about. Like, I dated a couple people in Dallas, but I was like, not like I was dating around everywhere. And I was like, who could it be? And then we started talking and we realized who it was.
And I don't know how was it from the dog or I don't remember.
Oh, maybe she was walking him. Oh no, she had her own dog.
Maybe it was a shared dog. I don't remember how it came about, but
we figured it out.
It got figured out. Super sleuth skills, women.
We're investigators.
Yes, we are. We will find out anything we want to find out.
Between the two of us,
Oh yeah, we can find anything out, but don't be scared. And then we realized, oh, it's that ex-boyfriend, and we were just laughing about it because I also had an ex-boyfriend, who was. He maybe was reaching out to you a little more often than he should, and you guys had dated like 4 years prior or something like that. So it was kind of like it's not happening at this point. And I had the same situation, so we were just kind of bonded over that. Yeah, like I get my once a month text from an ex-boyfriend I broke up with in 2015, and he would text me like once a month or every other month for a long time.
He was trying.
A few years. Credit. Yeah, but he would be like, do you want to go out to dinner? And then the next month he'd be like, he'd show a picture. It might have been of you as one of them, but I had another friend. He saw her on Hinge. He screenshot it and he said, hey, what's up with your friend so-and-so? Can I take her out? Or if she doesn't want to, can I take you out? So I was like the backup in his text.
That's hilarious. Well, maybe he knew you weren't an option anymore. So he was like, I'll go shoot for her. And then
why would you say that? I'm just like,
maybe he thought it would make you jealous. I don't know. People are crazy.
He also texted me once, and I think I showed you the screenshot, a text of me when I was on dating apps. He found me on a dating app and he goes, huh, you've gotten a lot of work done, huh?
Oh, I remember this. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, like that's going to make you want to respond.
Yeah. I was like, first of all, No, like I haven't like I haven't had like a face transplant. You know, I like my Botox and my fillers.
Everyone does.
Yes, but I was like, I don't think I look that different from when we dated. But I was just, I don't know about men.
Yeah.
And then it kind of went from, we realized that we've gone on dates with some of the same guys. So we just started bonding.
I think we have a similar look. So guys would, I mean, we're both very similar, like petite. And same
brunette,
kind of look. Yeah. So I feel like we would like match the same guys. Yeah. And I think we were attracted to the same kind of guy too, maybe. So we would, I mean, the dating pool, I mean, it's big, but also small at the same time.
Yeah. Well, especially if we are a certain type, then a guy will go after, you know, whatever his type is. Yeah. And we happen to fit it.
We would both match with them. One of us would go out with him.
Yeah.
I mean, not on purpose. And then we would talk about it.
Well, we kind of started this system where, and this is when we were single, by the way.
We're not doing this currently.
But we would start this system where we would kind of screenshot or go through each other's matches.
Yeah.
And then see what was similar. And then we would talk about it. Like, have you already gone on a date with him? Yes, I have. We've gone on 3 dates. Or, you know, we never did, so I'm just going to unmatch. Or, you know, so, and it was always just so civil.
It was funny.
And mature.
And it was funny to compare the stories. Like, well, I remember there was one
the
guy.
way they would talk to one of us compared to the other.
There was one that I remember that you had gone out with, and then he didn't. I forgot, like, he didn't message me, or he messaged me back like months or like a week, you guys went out. Yes. He messaged me, even though he was talking to you. It was like these sketchy, like not sketchy, but they probably think that
I feel like we caught them and stuff.
Yeah, we knew, but it was funny to compare the experience. And then I feel like we both met people kind of around the same time.
We did. Yeah. So I met my boyfriend last October and
yeah.
November, and then you were like, what, February?
No, it was like April. But
okay.
It was a little later. But
still, I mean, that's not that far away. Because, I mean, that's kind of also how we bonded, was we were both single at the time. We like to do the same things, which is nothing.
It's walking.
We like to go on walks.
Juice. Yeah.
we like to eat. Yeah. We like to go on walks. Yeah. And just chit chat and you know, hang out. Like we're not going out to the clubs and stuff.
No, definitely
so
not.
we just had a lot of similarities, and we had our dating woes, I guess you would call them, and we would trade dating stories, and we were both having fun being single, but we were also at the same time like
also complaining,
bitching about the dating scene, which I don't see how you cannot.
Yeah, I feel
especially
like
in Dallas.
Everyone,
I think it's pretty bad.
I don't know how it is now. I'm sure it's the same.
Well, you had to go out of state to find your boyfriend.
I had to meet my boyfriend in another state.
Will you tell that story?
Yeah. So
briefly,
yeah. So basically, I was single forever, not forever, on and off for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And then, as you know, I went on dates in Dallas.
Yes.
And
all the stories.
I hate saying the word picky. I'm selective, which I'm sure.
I am too.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like at any age you should be, but then I feel like as you get older, you're more independent, and then you just really know what you want.
Yeah.
From dating people, from going on dates, from watching other people, you just know, like, I knew what I was looking for, but I would go on dates. I would go with people that I was like, okay, like I could see myself dating them, but then they would do something crappy and I'd like, forget it. And then, or they were just not serious.
Yeah. And you can just tell pretty early on too.
So then I was on like both Hinge and Bumble on and off. And then I think, this time last year, I was like, I'm going to delete my apps because I'm like, screw this.
Yeah.
I can cuss from here.
No, you can. Yeah. That's fine. You can say whatever we want.
Yeah. Because I'm a big potty mouth. So I was just like, I'm just going to delete them. All my friends were like, just take a break. And I'm sure I talked to you about this. And I said, okay, I'm just going to delete them. Which was like hard for me to do because I felt like I wasn't trying. If I deleted them, which nothing was happening.
Yeah. But I did that too a lot. Like you need to take a break.
And I feel like I don't know, was the algorithm?
Yeah.
Like Instagram has an algorithm. I feel like dating apps do.
I think it does too.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to delete everything. So around the holidays, I was like, plus people are in and out of town. Like I don't want to be matching with people, ironically, that don't live here. Because I had those experiences too. And so
I wouldn't do. I was like, I'm not doing long distance again. Yeah.
So I deleted them and then I re-downloaded only Hinge in probably like January or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't on Bumble, but one of my friends like in March my sister was getting married in May. So I was just like, whatever, I'm not gonna meet anyone. Like it's not happening for me. And then one of my friends had come over like beginning of April. We made dinner together and she's like, you should get on Bumble. And I was like, no, I never meet anyone on there.
Yeah.
It's just like, I feel like it's just in Dallas, it's just not that great. I mean, I guess in every city, but I was like, I'm not meeting anyone.
Yeah, you're like, I'm over it.
Yeah. So we went on a Sam already had a bachelorette party before and we just did a girls trip with my mom. So she was pushing for this trip to Grand Cayman. Like, let's go on a girls trip right before I get married. And we're like, okay, whatever. So she like basically planned the whole trip.
Yeah.
And then we go, but there was something with the flights. They were, I think, I don't know, it was last minute or just the flights were expensive because that's how they are right now. So we, instead of flying directly, we stopped in Fort Lauderdale. And I was like, this is annoying. I hate not doing directs. You know, you always get delayed or you miss your flight.
You're
whatever.
like in a mood. Yeah.
Yeah, I was, of course, in a mood. Yeah. Complaining to my mom at 32. And we left early that morning. We landed there and I think our flight was delayed or there was something. Oh yeah, the weather was bad in Florida. So we got delayed 4 or 5 hours. And I was pounding on the plane. I was so annoyed. I was like, I want to just get there. We wasted the whole day. We got up early.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I hate
okay.
traveling.
So over the weekend when my friend was over, she's like, download Bumble. So I downloaded it. Didn't really like swipe.
Really out of boredom, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you're like, what else am I going to do here?
Just trying to show her that like there's no one on here, basically. But I didn't really swipe. I think I swiped when she was over that night, but then I just kind of like, I was like, I'm leaving town anyway, so don't worry about it. So we got delayed on the plane. I would never normally do this. I don't know what came over me, but I decided to swipe through on the plane, even though everyone could see me.
And that's what I used to do too. Yeah. When I would get bored, I didn't even know what I was doing. And I'm like, I think I just passed by like 5 hot guys, but I'm just swiping left for some reason because I'm bored.
I mean, and then I feel like I would just do it like it was like a habit. I would open the apps. I'm sure a lot
you don't
of people
even know
do
you're
this.
doing it.
You don't even know. It was like a mindless activity. Yeah. But I was like, hey, I know I'm in Florida. I mean, maybe there's someone cute. Yeah. I'm not meeting anyone in Dallas that I'm into. So I swiped on the plane and Sam was looking at me like, what are you doing? This is embarrassing that you're doing this on the plane. Because, you know, people can see you behind, you know, like through the seats. So I swiped and I was like, this guy's really cute. But I didn't even say anything to my sister or my mom. I was just kind of like secretly doing it. And I was like, but I mean, mine says lives in Dallas. Like it said that on purpose. Because, you know, you can put that on Bumble. And then his said lives in Fort Lauderdale. And I was like,
you're like, whatever.
Great. But he's like so cute. But then I swiped and I was like, whatever. And then we matched and I was like, okay, I'm going to, you know, you have to send the first message. I said something like, hey, how's it going? Or how's your week going? Or something very basic.
I did the same thing, yeah.
He like responded and he was like, oh, like he said something. I was like, oh, or he's like, are you visiting Florida or something like that? And I said, no, I'm going to Grand Cayman, but
yeah.
And he was like, I was like, but I come to Florida often, which I did, but not like every month. So it's like, but then I was
sound like you're like, I'm here for work all the time. Yeah.
So, but then I was like, surely this guy is not going to keep talking to me because I don't live in his city. Like, why would he? Because they usually
you thought maybe he would just unmatch
but
or something.
we talked a little bit. He asked for my Instagram and my number. And then we texted a little bit like while I was on the trip. And then the rest is history. Yeah, we just kept talking. We texted, eventually moved to FaceTime, then we met up and the rest is I'm like nervous. I like play with stuff when I'm like talking.
No, it's totally fine. I have to make sure my hair's not on my mic. There.
And then the rest is history. And then here we are.
I feel like it was kind of a whirlwind romance.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like you guys just knew immediately.
Yeah, I feel like we knew. Well, I mean, I knew I liked talking to him, but you know, from my experiences, I was like, I don't know.
Especially your long distance.
I was very hesitant because I'm like, you know, like this guy just moved here. I mean, I didn't know much about him. Like, you know, he's probably going on dates. Like, I don't know. And he was just, I mean, he is a genuinely like great person, so nice and sweet and just very thoughtful. So at first I was like, not that I didn't trust him. I was just like, I don't know. Is this like an act?
Yeah.
And I think Sam was like obviously very protective of me. So she's like, I don't know, like hopefully he's being honest. And I'm like, I don't get that vibe from him. But you know, it's so hard to tell in the beginning.
Yeah, you gotta wait like 3 to 6 months.
You gotta give it time. Yeah. So once we met up in person, well, even we FaceTime, but once we met in person, I could just tell it was different than all the other ones. And it was, and then once we saw each other, it was like, we spent like a weekend together and it felt like we had been together forever. Yeah.
And then from there, you were like, we're dating. Like, this is it.
It was, he asked me to be his girlfriend and
I love that.
I think kind of we were FaceTime, but then it was just, and then ever since then, we just figure out trips back and forth and
there's a lot of logistics.
It's a lot to figure out. And people always ask me like, okay, like, what do you do? What are your tips for long distance? And it's in the beginning.
Oh, yes, they do ask that. Yeah. Because
I'm some kind of expert. Yeah. So like, no, I really haven't done it that many times.
You're like, I mentally spiral about twice a week about it. So
no, I mean, I think we both make each other feel secure about it. I feel like if both people have the same goals in it, then you can make it work.
Yeah.
And also
if
not
both are willing to go see each other instead of it being one-sided.
Yeah, we both definitely make like sacrifices and try. there's times where it's like over a month, which kind of sucks, but we FaceTime multiple times a day. We make it work. And I think we're both just so busy that it works.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think when you're both independent, it can work. And when you have an end goal also.
Yeah, because you're both busy in your own lives. And so I think when you don't have a lot to do, maybe if you don't work full time, you just, all you have to do is think.
I mean, obviously it would be easier. Like a lot of people do like, oh, I'm doing distance, and they live like an hour away. I'm like, okay, that is still tough. I get it. But I mean, we have to get on a plane to see each other. So it takes a little bit more planning and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I do joke that I'm in a long distance relationship and he lives in Plano and I'm in Dallas. But listen, sometimes that commute's an hour.
Yeah. I mean, the traffic, and
it's
enough to like where you don't want to go some days, I'm sure, because you're like so tired.
Oh, and some days I don't.
Yeah. But you said like you do the weekends together. Like you spent now,
we don't really see each other during the week unless it's, there's a party we have to go to or, something. Like it has to be something. It's not just a random, oh, I'm just coming over.
Yeah.
It's not like that. So he works so much. So it's just like, by the time he gets off work, I'm probably going to bed. Because I go to bed at like
It's
8.
good that you're an early bird. I need to be more like that. My boyfriend is too, and I'm like, I'm not someone.
What time does he go to bed? Because you go to bed at like, between like 12 and 2 or 11 and 2.
12 is like an early night for me. It's so bad. I'm hoping that like he rubs off on me a little bit when we live together eventually, but he was just here this weekend and I still went to bed late. So.
What time did he go to bed?
So he goes to bed, like when he's at home by himself, he'll go to bed. I mean, they're on Eastern time. He'll go to bed between like 9:30 and 10. Yeah. Sometimes a little earlier. Sometimes a little later.
Oh, yeah.
But
I'm sometimes in bed at like 8.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah. What time do you get up though?
I like to sleep.
You'd be a great match with him.
I feel like we'd be best friends. Yeah. I'll get up between 6 and 7 or something. Sometimes earlier.
How much sleep are you getting? Like 9?
I don't sleep well though. I get up like, I can get up anywhere between like 2 and 6 times a night just to pee.
Wow. Oh my God.
I know, because I have a small bladder or something.
Stressful.
Yeah. So I feel like I never hit REM, my REM cycle, and I'm tired all the time.
Yeah, like because you're getting up. When I have those kind of nights, I'm exhausted all day.
And I'm a light sleeper too, so anything will wake me up. So I feel like I need that longevity
you need
of
to have
sleep.
The extra time just to get enough sleep that you're actually getting.
Yeah, because if I slept like a rock, I'd probably be good with 6 or 7 hours. Yeah. But I need like 8 to 10.
Well, it's so interrupted. I can see why.
Yeah. So
I need to. If I went to bed, the thing is, I wrote so many things saying you should go to sleep before 10.
Oh, but really?
That like something between 10 and 2, your body repairs itself. So, but I think I'm going to sleep at 2.
Did Huberman say that?
Maybe.
Andrew
I think
Huberman?
I saw it somewhere. Maybe they were recycling his information.
Yeah.
I saw it somewhere, and I still haven't listened to it. It's a struggle for me to go to bed before 12. I just think so.
What time do you wake up usually?
Today I woke up at 8:15, that's late. But if I go to sleep I went to sleep at 1:45.
But you also can make your own schedule a lot of times. So
I just feel like I'm so productive at night. Like when everyone goes to bed,
you are. Yeah.
I sit there and like no one's. I mean, people are messaging me and like, but no one's really sending emails.
And you're really good about that, by the way. Yeah. You answer all of your DMs.
Yeah, I'm like psycho about it.
Well, no, because people get their feelings hurt if you don't.
I just feel like, people want to have that. And I feel like all of you guys, I mean, obviously we became friends through it. I've made so many friendships, not so many, but a lot of friendships through it. And just people feel like they have a connection with you and I have a connection with them. Like I ask people for advice a lot of times about stuff in my house or like random stuff. And everyone always replies to me. So I feel like I need to pay it forward and reply back. And I think
it's good for business too.
Yeah.
Like that you're engaging with people and that you actually are being very sweet and genuine and you're actually replying to them because a lot of people won't do it.
I've heard that a lot. I mean, I feel like I've never really
named them.
Anyone.
No, I'm kidding.
I've heard that a lot from people that message me saying that they reply to tons of influencers and like, it feels to them like I think people are just trying to get money out of people that follow them because they never reply. And I know, trust me, I can know how much work it is to reply to people.
Oh but I can't even reply to like my 5 friends.
Yeah. It's a lot. Like I put a lot of pressure on myself to do it at night, and that's like why I stay up so late.
Yeah.
But I also enjoy it. That's the thing is like it's not just it's a good job to me, obviously, but then also like that's the most enjoyable part of it is like messaging with you guys because then you feel like there's other people on the other side where you're not just like posting and no one's seeing it. You know?
And I think you're also getting a lot of insight into who your followers are and maybe it helps you with content creation on what types of posts you want to do. You know who's following you, what their lives are like.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it all works out. You know, it is pretty tedious, but
people will even send me like, oh, this stuff's on sale, by the way. Like, you guys are so helpful. And so
nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
But even just stuff in the house, like I said, when I was building it, I would ask people and they'd be like, oh, I did this and this. I mean, I didn't listen.
I don't know how you picked out all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming.
It's so fun. Like, once you do it, now I'm like, oh, I want to do another one. But it is a lot of work.
I don't find it fun. I don't.
Well, if you need any tips,
I
can. I'm definitely not an expert. I'm not an expert, but it's kind of like clothes to me, like putting this stuff together.
Yeah.
I think, and now when I see other people's houses, I'm like, I know I can kind of understand how much it was to do that, which tiles are more expensive.
All the work and
putting it together. I mean, it is.
And things that aren't like installed correctly and you're having to get the builder or whoever to come back out. I mean, it happens with everyone, but it's so frustrating.
It's so frustrating. I've had to just kind of just feel like, okay, it is what it is. Like, it's not gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
I love the house. I love the process of it. But yeah, anyway, people are so helpful with stuff. So I feel like it's fun for me to also respond to people.
Yeah.
Even though it can be like, it's late and I'm like, I should go to bed. I'm like, nope, I got to answer these messages. I don't feel accomplished until I get all that done. I have like a checklist in my mind of things I want to get done at night. And that's why
that's good. That's why you're good at what you do.
Thank you. I also do mess around. Like, I'm just like, I don't know what even I was looking at last night. Like some random celebrity. I don't even know what I was doing. I'm like, I need to go to sleep. What am I even doing? It's like, it gets so late that I'm like so tired, but I'm like awake at the same time.
Yeah.
But I think if I just put my phone away at night,
it's probably because of the
screen is
screen time.
Good. Yeah.
But it's your job. So.
Yeah. I justify it that way, but I really still need to get to sleep. Well, I could do it in the morning, but no.
You're not a morning person.
I'm not. Yeah. Yeah, my boyfriend's like, yeah, I steal your stuff in the morning. I'm like, he's like, I can see how late you were up based on what stories you put up late at night.
Based on how many stories you have.
He's literally waking up when I'm going to sleep. No, I mean, not that bad. Yeah. Sometimes he'll get up because he goes to bed so early. He'll get up at like, whatever, they're an hour ahead. So like 4 o'clock. And I mean, it's 3 here. I probably just went to bed an hour ago. So
you guys will figure it out.
It's comical, but yeah.
Well, and if you live together, you can get separate bedrooms if you need to.
Yeah.
So you can stay up and work.
Yeah.
And you can get to sleep. I don't think there's anything wrong with separate
my sister
bedrooms.
And her husband do that, but
I
think
like
they have so many she goes to bed, like she'll call me late at night and he's already been asleep, but then she'll go in the bedroom. I don't know if they have like so many white noise machines going and he doesn't hear her or how they do that.
That's also key is white noise machines.
But if someone's a light sleeper like you, that wouldn't work, I guess. Because you would probably hear, like if it was you, you would hear them.
I would
in the bed.
I would, if they're in bed with me. But the white noise machine would have to be up really high.
Yeah.
And it's usually too high for anyone else to sleep, but it's fine for me.
Yeah. So do you guys go to bed at the same time? Or when you guys sleep together? No. Okay.
No, I'm like passed out by the time he gets in bed because he's usually working on his computer and right now he's working a lot. So, this weekend I went to bed, I don't know, whatever time I go to bed, 10?
8.
Yeah, and then he came in around like midnight or something.
Okay.
And I was already passed out.
So you don't hear him when he comes in the bed? Or
I do.
Oh.
I mean, he's really quiet.
Yeah.
Like he's not slamming doors and stuff, but I still wake up. I mean, it doesn't bother me because I'm used to it. You know, unless he's like, bam, bam, so.
Yeah, I feel like if you're just that kind of light sleeper, you're going to hear everything.
Yeah, it's just my life. I'm used to it.
Yeah.
So as long as the other person's trying, then I don't care.
Yeah.
But if they're not, then I get mad.
It's hard to be on the same schedule, though. It's like I should just, be easier. Like if he got on your schedule and I got on his, but it's just, I feel like it's doomed. I've been like this since I was young.
You both might just have to meet in the middle for like 1 or 2 hours and just see
we definitely need it. And I think it's important also to spend time together before you go to sleep because it's like if you guys are both busy all day and then you don't really go to bed.
You're like physically there,
you're
but you're not talking to each other.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna happen sometimes. There's gonna be busy season. You're in your busy season right now because are your busiest months November and December?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just gonna be working all the time.
Crazy. Yeah. And I've made it work. Like I guess I haven't really traveled that much to go see him. He's been here more.
Yeah. But just because of your busy season.
It's just hard to leave, but I'll be going in January twice. And so I'm like, I'm fine escaping the weather a little bit. I'm hoping that I time it well with the freeze. We don't ever know what's gonna happen. I was trying to tell him.
It'll be February probably.
Yeah. So he's gonna be here. I'm like, hopefully you're not here.
Just keep your faucets dripping.
Like you'll be in and like
tell
you're
Sam
from
to check on your.
I'm like, you're from Chicago. You should be used to this, but no, I feel like he's used to the Florida weather now. So
that sounds so nice right now.
Yeah, I know.
I want to talk about how you kind of got started into influencing, and we've mentioned Sam. So for those of you who don't know, Is she identical or
We're
fraternal?
identical, yeah.
Okay, because I know the Olsen twins are actually fraternal, I think.
I know, yeah.
And they look
I feel like
identical.
a lot of people are not identical.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, I don't know. I feel like I meet a lot of fraternal.
Yeah.
But
even though they look identical.
We look very similar,
yeah.
so it's pretty.
You definitely
pretty
do.
much,
I can tell you guys apart.
Yeah, we have differences.
Yeah.
I think when you're, either if you like follow us a lot or if you meet us in person, we have different voices and stuff.
I can't even articulate the physical differences.
Yeah.
I just know. When I
yeah,
see you two together,
know.
I just know. But it's because I know you. And what's funny is I've never met Sam, I don't think.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that funny?
I feel like there's been so many times like, oh, she'll come on the next walk or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
Next
yeah.
time,
And it never happens. Yeah, so.
I guess you can already tell us apart, but yeah.
Yeah, I can. But just on Instagram, when you are standing next to each other, it's easy for me.
Yeah,
so.
I feel like we definitely have differences. When we were younger, it was a little harder to tell us apart.
Yeah, for sure.
My mom would dress us alike, and then
that's cute.
Yeah, I feel like our faces have always been different, but
yeah,
different voices, different. I think our mannerisms are the same though.
Did you guys start blogging at the same time?
So I had, pretty much. So I did like fitness stuff before, which is like kind of hard, like even crazy to think about now. Because I still like to work out, but I was very hardcore.
Very into health and fitness.
Yeah,
but you were into more like training and like weightlifting.
I did a lot of. I still lift weights, but I do more Pilates now. And I feel like then I just had a different body type. Like I was a little bit bulkier looking. I was stronger for sure.
Yeah. Well, this is one of the reasons why I gravitated towards your Instagram, is because you were saying, you would show before and afters of like how you look now versus when you were doing more heavy weight training. And you were saying you were very inflamed from it and that it doesn't work for your body. And I was like, oh my gosh. In the HIIT workouts and stuff I was doing, I was inflamed and it wasn't working. I wasn't building that much muscle.
And like, everybody's different. I think for me, maybe because we're both petite, like maybe that's why. Or just
I think it's like the thyroid stuff too.
It could be the thyroid too. There's so many things. Every body's so different. And that's why I hate I just always be like, this is what works for me, because people would be like, well, but you're saying weightlifting's bad. I'm like, no, because trainers would get all offended. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I just
and you still lift weights.
Yeah, I do.
It's just lighter.
I'm just lighter. Like some days when I don't have time, I don't lift and I just do cardio, which like cardio, like as in walking. But back then I would do way less cardio and more weightlifting, which I was way stronger. It just depends like what your goals are and what you're looking for.
Well, and how you're feeling too. And like you feel better now.
Yeah, I just feel like lighter and like more energetic. Which so I was doing a lot more fitness stuff. My sister and I both worked at Ernst & Young out of college doing accounting, which is very different.
I cannot see you.
Yeah. Or I worked in an accounting firm. I did even more nerdy. I did auditing, IT auditing.
What?
Yeah.
I cannot see you two sitting behind a desk all day.
It's very different.
Crunching numbers.
And it was like, we were auditing like these nerdy like tech systems and people's companies. So it was like very different what I do now.
Yeah.
I liked it. I didn't know what I wanted to study in college. Yeah. And I thought it was interesting. I mean, it is.
I mean, it wasn't exciting by any means. Yeah.
I didn't want to be an accountant. I didn't want to do like finance or whatever. So it was kind of like, I guess I kind of do stuff with technology now, but that was like very
totally different.
Heavy, heavy nerdy,
Ernst & Young.
Yeah. So I did that for a year. And then in that time I was got really into working out and fitness and weightlifting. And I was a personal trainer for a little bit. Then I was posting that on my Instagram, like workouts and stuff. And then after that, I was like, okay, I don't really want to do personal training anymore. Yeah. So I basically started my Instagram before Sam because I was bored and I was just at home.
So did you start a new account? Like you were just posting your personal account, like your workouts? Yeah. And you weren't trying to do anything with it. You were just posting it?
I was posting my workouts. Then we had a training business. So then I was like getting clients through that.
Oh, okay.
But it was just workouts and recipes.
You weren't thinking big picture, like getting followers.
I definitely didn't think I was going to be like an influencer ever. Yeah. I was just posting workouts and people followed us for the workouts and like our training stuff. Yeah. And then after that, I didn't really want to, I don't really want to do this anymore. I still love working out. I'll always be passionate about it, but I don't want to be a trainer. Yeah. So then I was just like, I always loved fashion. So I started posting my outfits, never thinking it was going to grow into this. And it just like took off. I mean, Instagram was very different then. This was like 2015. Oh yeah. It was different. Yeah. I feel like you could just post and everyone would see it and people would see it and follow you.
Yeah. You weren't getting shadow banned or
all the stuff that happens now. There was no video. It was
because you have some stuff now that hardly anyone sees.
Yeah, it's because really hard. I've had to post like way more reels now than I used to post pictures every time. And now it's like all I post are videos because it's the only way for people to find you now, like to get discovered. And it does work. I will say I've had some that perform well just for whatever reason. And then you get a lot of followers from that. But it is a lot more work. But anyway.
Yeah, and you had to learn to adapt to.
Right. It's always changing, evolving, which I feel like I'm a little old when it comes. I always make fun of my parents, like, oh my God, you're so old. You can't adjust to stuff. But now I'm like,
I'm feeling it too.
Yeah, I would get so stuck on the photos and I'm like, how do I even do a video? So I just had to learn. And I feel like I've been posting videos consistently since like the summer now, like every day.
Yeah.
I don't post photos really ever. But yeah, so back at that time, I had my Instagram. And then I told Sam, you should start one. And then that's how we had him. I mean, it's probably like a 6 month difference. I mean, we basically started the same
So you
time.
always had different Instagram accounts?
Right.
Okay. Because didn't you first market it at like kind of together as well?
Yeah. We had a page for like, I was plant-based for a while. We had a page for that. And I was showing stuff on there. I don't really post on that account. And then we have a podcast, but we haven't done that in a while. I've just like, there's so much to balance. Like, you need to kind of pick what is the most important.
Yeah.
So if I had 1 million hours in the day, I would do everything.
Yeah. You have to, like, what's priority? What's actually going to
what I can
keep me paying bills.
Yeah, right, exactly. I'm like, what do I enjoy the most?
Yeah, so, we all have to do what it works.
Yeah. So basically we started at the same time. We have our own accounts and we both post, we always joke about it because we have the same style. And people, how they get so annoyed because we like post the same outfits, I feel like, and we'll fight over like, but I'm posting that outfit first. And she's like, no, I want to post this outfit. It's selling out. I'm like, we'll fight over this like almost every day.
I love when you post the like blooper videos of you guys fighting.
It's definitely, that happens like 90 times a day, but you always only see a snippet of it.
It's sister stuff, but double down, it's twin stuff. Like just the back and forth, the bicker. It's so funny.
I think my mom wants to kill us because I mean we still look like we're fine. We call her. I'm like, I'm pissed at her. She did X, Y, and Z. She's like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, your mom was like, I thought I was done with this by now.
I thought I was done with this like 20 years ago, but no. Still a teenager, apparently.
You don't get Sam's husband involved? Like, she did this wrong?
We try to involve. I mean, my boyfriend doesn't live here yet. We try to involve. Sometimes they'll complain about it. I'm like, I don't want to involve them because they're going to think we're crazy because we get over it.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to be like, weren't you just
It gets you're like at a 10 and then an hour later, you're like, hey girl.
We'll definitely bicker like in front of them a little bit, but I try to like keep them out of it and just involve my mom. Mainly.
Your poor mom.
I even tried recently to stop involving her, but it's so hard. She's like, who do I talk to? Who do I bitch to about it if I can't bitch to her?
Yeah.
So
friends, I guess. Yeah.
They would still think we're nuts, but it's mainly we fight over work stuff mainly. I feel like that's so the tough part.
I like seeing the videos.
Yeah. It is funny. Even when I watch them and look back.
Yeah. When you guys are trying to direct each other.
Yeah.
On posing and lighting. And you're like, no, you're not doing it right.
Or we'll just fight. I feel like she does it. I probably do it too, but she gets so annoyed at me. Like, don't post that video. I look horrible in it, and I'll still post it. And she's like, I'm gonna go delete it. I have your login. I'm gonna go delete it.
Why would you post it if she said she's horrible?
Well, I'm like, you're like,
we're not redoing it.
Yeah, we're not redoing it, and you look fine in it. We're not having an argument with this. You say this about every video.
That's hilarious.
So, but it is. I mean, it's fun to do together. But
yeah,
it definitely has its challenges working with your sister.
Well, yeah, of course. But yeah, a sibling, like that's who you fight the most with. So
there's so many memes I see on Instagram about like sisters. I'm like, we fit every category.
Yeah.
Every time I see them.
Yeah, how much you hate them. And then you're like, I don't hate you. We
literally, like last time we got in some argument about a video. And this morning we call each other like nothing happened.
No, that's what you do.
We went to bed pissed off.
And it's not even sweeping it under the rug. No. It's just, that's what siblings do.
We just understand
it's the craziest dynamic. Yeah. But having it as twins takes it to a next level, I think.
Yeah.
You guys just have an even more special unique bond.
You have siblings, right?
Yeah, I have an older sister and older brother, and I'm really close to my sister. She lives here. And we've always been pretty close. So yeah, we've gotten in fights, but she's a little older than me. She's like 3.5 years older. So there wasn't like a ton to fight over.
Yeah.
Cause she, when I was in middle school, she was like in high school and, so it just wasn't, we've gotten in our tiffs. Let's just say that. Like we don't fight that much.
What would you guys, would it be just like petty stuff, or would you guys, if you guys got in fights, would it be like smaller things or like a big, like where you guys don't talk?
It's big stuff. Yeah, because usually like, just because we're age different, the small stuff didn't really bother us.
Right.
Because we weren't like sharing a lot of clothes or, because I'd be like 12 and she'd be like 16, so.
The age was enough.
Yeah, but I did get mad at her once because she did steal my Tommy Hilfiger shirt when I was all of like 75 pounds in 8th grade. And she was already a woman and in a woman's body. And I felt like she stretched it out.
Oh my God, that's
and I got
hilarious.
so mad at her. And because she actually had boobs and I had nothing. I was 75 pounds. I was just like probably wearing Jinkos or something. Like it's just ugly.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and I got so mad at her. And that was like the only time we fought over clothes, I think. So
funny.
Yeah.
We were talking about this the other day because my mom would give us an allowance. I don't know what chores we did. We just got an allowance. I think so we could learn how to like save money. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
You're like, I don't know what I did, but
now I'm such a saver, but at the time I would, if I see a shirt, which is nothing new, I love clothes.
Yeah.
I saw a shirt at Dillard's there, where it was a Guess shirt. And it was $34. And I decided I want to buy it with my allowance. And Sam was like, that's too expensive. I don't want to buy it. So she tried to wear it one day. We were probably like in 3rd grade. She tries to wear it one day. We shared a closet at that time. And I had a meltdown. I was like, you cannot wear this.
Oh, because she said she didn't
want
want
to buy it with her money. So I bought it.
Yeah.
And then I would keep buying clothes that I wouldn't allow her to wear because I said, it's mine. I bought it. With my parents' money, basically. As
a twin, though, you need to have your individuality.
Yeah.
You're like, I bought this. These are my clothes.
Yeah. We tried, but then she tried to wear it, and then I would keep buying stuff that I would owe my mom money. She'd have like stickers, like Post-it notes that said Alexis owes, like, I mean, it was her money.
You were in debt?
Oh yeah, I was in debt, which is like hilarious.
Your mom was trying to teach you the value of money.
And then I never paid it back. I just kept getting items. So my sister kept saving me hers for I don't know, I'm like, where is it now? But now I'm like,
my God.
Now I'm like, I'm such a saver now. That's what's so funny to think about. Like, I don't like spending money on stuff unless, like important things like a house or whatever.
Yeah.
I like nice things when it comes to that. But then everything else, like, try to get like the off brands or like whatever.
I love that you were in debt to your mother
in
3rd grade. And she had to like itemize it probably in an Excel spreadsheet.
She was probably like, whatever, just buy this. I'm buying it anyway.
Yeah, she's like $34 here,
whatever
15
I need to do to
here.
shut her up, I will.
Yeah. So you liked fashion at a young age anyway.
Even when we were like, my mom told us when we were 2, like we would put our own outfits together. Like even at a young age. They probably didn't match, but we already had our own style back then. Yeah. Not that I'm like high fashion now, but I know what I like putting stuff together.
Yeah, no, you have great style, so obviously that's why I follow you.
It's hard to tell right now, but
no,
you look right here that I do. I'm in all black. How original.
This is my Target original. Oh, and my CRZ.
Oh yeah, I almost wore those today. We could have been twins.
Got into CRZ because of you.
Yeah, I literally was wearing those I was wearing them yesterday. I would have worn them today if they weren't dirty. But
I mean, these are Lululemon Align dupes.
Yeah,
they're pretty much exactly the same. Except I feel like these are starting to pill a little bit. Yeah, I mean, they were like $20.
Yeah, it's easy.
So they're from Amazon. Yeah. I love them. And they have the fleece line leggings.
I need to get I don't have the. Are you talking about Series E? I don't have that brand fleece line. Are they good?
Yes. Yeah. They're and they look good too.
It's so hard to get Amazon. Like my boyfriend, I was getting stuff for this console table in my house. He's like, let's get Jonathan Adler box. Like, no, Amazon has basically the same thing.
Yeah.
A quarter of the price. And he was like, wow. It was like this decorative box.
Oh.
And I was like, we don't need to get Jonathan Adler. It's like $100.
Did you post it?
I haven't
kind of
posted
interested
it yet,
in it. Okay, yeah.
It's like they had different colors. I got like a black and everything's black and white in my house.
Yeah.
I did black and white and I was like, we don't need to spend like $100 on this box.
See, you're good with money. You learned.
Yeah. Now I'm like trying to save money anywhere I can. But I mean, within reason. There's stuff that you want to get that's like, can't beat the quality on certain things.
No, but if it's.
But like the Amazon stuff is just so
dupe,
good.
Yeah, you can do
sometimes sometimes it's not good, but sometimes you can find like the workout clothes. You can't really tell the difference. It's hard to justify getting the one that's more expensive.
I know. I just do a mix of both.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you always have all the cute little. I remember like the tennis skirts.
Yes, I have a lot of those, and I don't play tennis.
Yeah, so. Neither do I.
Yeah.
I have a lot of tennis skirts with them.
I played pickleball once with my parents, and they were like, "Doesn't your tennis skirt have like
the whole
a ball holder? Yeah, like on the shorts underneath." And I was like, "No." And I was like, "Oh yeah, they do," because it's a tennis skirt.
I just wear this because it looks cute.
Yeah, I'm like, it's just fashion.
I'm horrible at pickleball tennis, so
I am too.
I just wear the outfits.
I don't think I've ever played tennis.
Really?
Yeah.
I played when I was growing up, but I wouldn't say I was good. I just took like lessons.
I have weak wrists. So like I can't play tennis, volleyball. It like hurts my wrists.
Oh yeah.
So
people's elbows get injured, I think too.
Tennis elbow.
I'm acting like I know.
Yeah, you're like, that.
Yeah. I just like the outfits, which is pretty much how my parents would get me into sports when I was growing up. They'd be like, oh, you can get the outfits. My mom knew that would sell me.
And then you quit all of them.
That's how I started playing tennis, gymnastics, tennis.
But then you got into training and stuff, so it kind of worked out.
I still like to work out. I mean,
you just came from the gym.
Yeah, I do something active every day. Of course, I didn't have time to lift weights. But like now, because I'll work on my phone, so I only do cardio. Yeah. Because I'm like, okay, whatever I can get done on my phone, and then the weights kind of like.
But walking is so good for you.
It's so good for you.
Yeah.
My dad was saying. He's a cardiologist and he'll send me all this stuff about walking and how good it is for you because I ran, like when I was younger, years ago, I did like a race, but I don't run at all anymore.
I don't will break my body. Yeah. I will injure every bone.
Walking is just so much better for you. It's easier on your joints. There's
no downside.
Catch up. Yeah. And you can just catch up with friends like how we do.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
Yeah.
I just don't get to do it enough. Like I try to do it once a week, but other than that, I try to do strength training just because.
I was going to say, what do you do for your workout?
Right now, it just depends how tired I am. Sometimes I'm just like, I can't. Sometimes I'll skip like an entire week.
Oh my God.
If I feel like my body's just hit its limit. But I try to strength train like 3 to 4 times a week. I'll do resistance bands a lot.
Oh yeah, those are great.
Yeah. And then I'll do maybe a few different weights. Like I started the Stay Fit Brit videos. I forgot her last name, Brittany Strassner or something. She's another influencer in Dallas. She's really, really great into fitness. She used to work at Barry's boot camp, and she's really good into like mobility training. Because whenever I take her classes, I don't have aches and pains afterwards. And we're doing like some heavy weight for me, like so 15, 20 pounds.
Is it resistance bands or weights too?
It's weights, yeah. And she'll do, a little bit of cardio with it, maybe like jumping jacks and burpees and stuff like that. And the stretches she does, it's like mobility type stretches. And I realize, I don't really have aches and pains after I do it, but they're really hard.
Yeah.
So I can't do it as much as I want to. But yeah, I try to do strength training like 3 to 4 times a week, and then yoga once a week. Just to keep me flexible and to keep my joints burning. Well, since I'm in Plano, like every weekend, I usually go to Uptown Yoga or Black Swan.
Okay.
But Uptown
I used
Yoga,
to go to Black Swan.
I love Black Swan.
I used to go.
Yeah. But I don't. If I'm not in Dallas on the weekends, that's usually when I do yoga. Uptown Yoga has like streaming videos that you can do online.
That's nice.
So I'll just do it from home. I like working out at home. So do you, right?
Yeah. I like it. I have my walking pad. I just got a treadmill.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I just, again, with the walking while I'm working, but I do like to do like the Pilates at home, like the mat Pilates. Yeah. I like to do that. I've gotten really into
I want to get back into Pilates, like the reformer.
I don't have a reformer. That's the next
I would like to get one because now you can take guided classes and stuff with certain reformers.
And it's very different than the mat, I think. Like, you can still work out the mat and like the resistance band and sliders.
But the reformer is like way better.
The reformers, I haven't done it in years, but I
used to go to session, right? Yeah, so did I. It's hard to get into now.
I know.
They're so popular.
I know, it's so popular. Yeah. And I loved one of them. I mean, I liked all the instructors. There was one that I just loved, and she doesn't teach it there anymore. So I think she just teaches like private ones at home. So then that kind of got me out of it.
Yeah. My favorite was Allie. Shout out to Allie.
Love you.
Yeah. I haven't seen you in a few years, but I miss it. I need to get back into it. So what are you watching on TV right now?
So I'm a big reality TV junkie.
Me too.
And I go in phases. Like I'll watch a lot or I'll catch up at the end. I just finished Golden Bachelor actually. But
I watched one episode of that, but then I saw people kind of turned on him at the end.
Yeah, there's all this stuff that came out at the end, but I don't know. I was kind of like, this is crazy. But then I'm also like, you never know with like the tabloids. Like what? I mean, maybe it was true.
What were they saying about him?
So basically, he's older. You guys haven't seen it. He's older, and so he's like in his 70s, I think.
Yeah, and when it started out, everyone was like, "Oh, this is the sweetest thing I've ever seen. This guy's a widower."
So when that happened, I was like, "Of course, typical male, like." Trying to screw people over. But no, I mean, I think...
that's what people get mad about. Because they were like, he's not any different than these 30-something-year-old guys. He's just sleeping with all the women.
I mean, who knows? People always trying to get their 5 minutes of fame. So this lady that came out, like, you don't really know. But basically, the show was for people that were like widowed or like, divorced, whatever, like older, golden. Yeah. And he was in his 70s.
They're like in their 60s, 70s, or 50s.
Older. And it was kind of crazy to see like the women because some of them are like, they're more mature, so it's like they feel like they're more genuine. It's still a TV show.
Yeah.
But then
some of the women were
really catty.
Yes. Like nothing changes.
Yeah, nothing changes. And some of them looked really good. I was like, wow, these people look better than the people that are like in their 20s.
Yeah.
Some of them didn't.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It was entertaining. But yeah, basically what happened with him was he said that he was like, he lost his high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
And then I guess like she passed away, and then he said he didn't really date much, but I guess this lady said, "Oh, I dated him. I was basically living at his house or something like that."
Right before they were filming.
And he called her fat or something. Yeah, like I'm probably botching it, but something like that. And then
was she saying he dumped her for the show?
And that was the show where they broke up for other reasons. And it's like how he would make her pay for her meals before they went to dinner. Like he would make her pay half.
Before dinner?
They would go out to dinner. Yeah. Like, so it didn't look like that when he would pay. It was like he was, I don't know, like I like half read these articles, but I was like, I don't. So then I guess he went on some talk show or it was like virtually. I saw like a clip of it on Instagram. I forgot which morning host it was, asked him and he goes, Yeah, I'm just trying to focus on now. So it was like clearly he just like avoided it. So I'm like, is it actually true?
Oh my God.
But then like if I was the wife or the lady he chose, I'd be kind of like concerned. Like, is this guy like a manipulator? Like he's a narcissist? Like, I mean, that's such like a key word now, but I feel like maybe
if that story is true about him making his girlfriend pay before dinner, I would be out.
Yeah, same.
That's I mean, weird.
We both had terrible like experiences. Not like
many
that bad,
many terrible experiences.
But like, it reminds you of that. Like they don't change any age, and like I'd be concerned picking. I mean, you never know with these shows. Some of them end up together, some of them don't. But anyway, it was entertaining to say the least. My mom was watching it. Sam was watching it, so I liked watching it and talking about it with them. Yeah. But then I've been watching, Bravo, Southern Charm. I was catching up on that. I just caught up, and then.
Southern Charm.
Yeah.
I love
it.
Do you think Austin and Taylor slept together? I do.
I think so. Yeah. The whole story with the bra. Oh, and then who was that?
That was Olivia.
Yeah, Olivia. Which that was also weird.
Who just takes the bra off?
I'm sorry. I don't like finding that attractive. I think he's tall and stuff. Okay, so that's how
that's what they say. And I mean,
but everything else, I'm like, I don't think he's that attractive.
Well, ever since Madison called him a Muppet, I can't unsee it.
I mean, she's not wrong.
No, he's a total F boy.
I mean, I know it's for TV. Like, I get all this. It was probably scripted.
Yeah,
but
or people are maybe trying to play things up for the cameras.
I saw that Olivia. I think she was dating someone, or I think I saw
good. I like her.
Yeah, I think she's really cute. Yeah, I think she's really cute.
I don't like Taylor.
Yeah, I don't know how they're like did you see the episode when their friend like she goes to visit her parents' lake house
and then she immediately leaves?
Awkward. Yeah, I mean,
I'm like that had to have been a little scripted. So I'm like, you just took your suitcase and you're gonna stay at Taylor's parents' house, and then you have a 10-minute conversation. You're like, I'm just gonna leave.
It was definitely like. I don't know if they cut stuff off or what was going on, but it was...
and then she drives up the hill, and the guys are at Shep's house. So it all kind of works out, quote unquote, works out.
Yeah, it was definitely...
I'm still way into it, though.
Yeah, me too. I still watch it.
I don't care.
And then I started watching Paris I forgot what the title of the show is. So
is it Paris in Love? Is that what it's called?
Something like that. So I watched the first season, which was her, like, meeting the guy, like, getting married.
Yeah.
I forgot what her... Carter, I think is her
Carter?
Yeah, I think that's her husband. And now they just had a baby, and so... And it was
I haven't watched it yet, but do I need to?
I mean, I like it. Yeah. I'm not done. I already watched
I heard a lot of people like it.
Yeah. I've liked it. It's cool to see. I mean, again, it's reality TV, but it's cool to see like the other side of her. Like I remember watching her that Simple Life show.
Oh my God, I loved that show. Yeah. Yes, they were crazy.
That was like the beginning of like reality TV. I loved watching.
Yeah.
I would like laugh.
They made it.
Yeah. And so now like watching her like grown up and like with her husband and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just funny to see. Like I feel like it's definitely scripted, but like it seems a little bit more real too.
Yeah.
At least so far. That's how every show starts. But then it gets
how does her mom come off, Kathy? Because she's the one who
she comes off
had her snatched in the middle of the night and taken away to like a boarding school.
Yeah. So she talks about that. It's crazy. Like
how's she not mad at her?
Yeah. You can definitely see that their relationship's like a little strained.
Yeah.
And then she just had a baby, like via surrogate. And I was like, not a bad idea.
Well, she just had a second one too.
Yeah, she had two. But the first one, they like didn't tell anybody. Which I get, like living that kind of life, she didn't want anyone to swarm them when she had the baby.
But even her mom didn't know.
Yeah.
So
she's
no one in the family.
So I watched that episode where she shows her.
Okay, I need to catch up. It's on E.
I was watching it on Peacock. But
okay, I have Peacock too.
Yeah, so I watched it on there. Yeah, of course, we are aligned.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you also let me know if you watch it, like what you think about it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to text you about it.
I need to catch up.
Another show to the mix.
Now that my boyfriend's gone, I won't make him watch that. I'm like, I will be catching up this week.
Yeah, you wait for your alone time. I have to do the same thing. Yeah. I'm like, you don't want to
watch any shows together or football, maybe.
No, we watch football.
Yeah.
Yes,
I know. Yeah, I think there's not many girls that are like into it like we are.
Yeah. By the way, congratulations on the Texas Longhorns.
Killing you to say that.
Listen, I actually wanted them to win the Big 12
because of Oklahoma State, or why?
In the past, if OSU and Texas were playing, I would root for OSU because it was because I'm an OU alum and it was an in-state school. So I'm like, I'm rooting for Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
However, since Texas and Oklahoma decided to leave the Big 12, I feel like we've gotten a lot of bad calls, and the Big 12 commissioner has said some things about us. Mm-hmm. They don't need it, blah, 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 just very sour grapes. And so I think it was just such a big FU to the Big 12 and the Big 12 commissioner that you guys won.
Yeah.
Our last year in the Big, I wish it was OU and Texas playing.
I know.
It would have just made it that much better.
I thought it was going to be that. And then.
Yeah, I mean, even though OSU did beat us, but we are the better team and we had the better record.
I agree. I mean, they shouldn't have been. I mean, it was evident by the game. They should have been.
Yeah.
Playing. I mean, I'm not trying to call anyone out that's an OSU fan, but we couldn't beat you guys.
Listen, some of my best friends went to OSU, but I'm just like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah. Like, I mean, that was. It was. I mean, I was happy as a Texas fan, but it would have been more fun to watch. It was closer. Yeah. It was just kind of like the fact that to put our third string. It was. I mean, it's funny, but not really. Well, I mean, better if it was it worked out well. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining. I don't know how the next
I was smiling. Yeah, I was just like, and then when the Big 12 commissioner was presenting the trophy, and the whole stadium was booing him.
He should have kept his mouth so hard, but
well, that's what you get. And look what happened. Texas won. So, and my boyfriend's a Texas alum, so I actually went to a Texas game this year. I did not go to any OU games. The Texas TCU game. In Fort Worth.
Okay. I went to one lot. I didn't go to the Fort Worth. I went to Texas, TCU, in Austin last year, and we lost.
But you go to the...
I went to the OU game.
Yeah. So.
I was so angry.
You won last year. Yeah. Let us have it,
I didn't go to that game. Of course, I was moving.
It was a good game.
Yeah. It was painful to watch. But I'm excited to watch. I'm not going to the game, but...
You're not going to go to the playoff game?
No.
What if they make it to the national championship?
That's TBD, but I'm going to actually be in Florida when they play, so I'm like, you better stay awake.
On the 1st and the 8th?
No, I'm not going to be in the 8th. I'm going to be in the 1st, so I'm going to be watching it there.
Okay,
but it's like it's like 8:45 there. It starts. It's going to be late.
Where is it?
It's in New Orleans, I think.
Oh, okay. That is late.
Yeah, I didn't really have a desire to go there, but I'm going to be out of town anyway. But if they go to Houston,
a lot of riffraff happens in New Orleans.
Not really my scene, but
no.
And Houston, I mean, I don't know. We'll see if they make it. It's
I mean, one step at a time.
It's hard to say now. Where are you guys playing?
Arizona. I don't know where. I already forgot. Or no, I think we're playing Arizona or like Arizona State.
Are you guys going to the Alamo Bowl?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I went last year for Texas. I mean, lost against Washington. We're playing again.
Well, we're playing like Arizona State, so we're not playing Washington.
Well, but you're not going, right? You're not going.
No.
Okay.
No, our quarterback already left, so
I saw that.
He transferred to Oregon.
What's with that? Is it like a coaching thing or
no? Okay, so our offensive coordinator did leave to become the head coach of Mississippi State, and he's the one who recruited Dylan Gabriel, our quarterback, in. So, there's different theories. They're saying, he may have left because he left, but it's like, why wouldn't he follow him? Mm-hmm. And he went to Oregon anyways. Also, I think a lot of people are saying that our 5-star freshman quarterback is probably better than Dylan Gabriel. And they're going to start him next year. And Dylan probably knew it and is making way and is like graciously parting ways.
That makes
which
sense.
would take a really big person to and no one was mad though. Everyone was like,
I was curious like what the vibe was.
No one was mad about it. They're just like, thank you for coming in at a weird time for Oklahoma and helping rebuild this team.
That was it. But so you guys are very pretty good now, so I know not the way it was, but I mean, but still,
we were for a second. Yeah,
I know. Like you just never know.
It's like Texas. It's just like up and down.
I watch every game, pissed off, and then they win, and I'm like, okay.
It doesn't matter who we're playing. I'm like, I know we can lose.
Yeah,
I don't care how bad this team is.
I have. And my mom's like, could you just be positive? I'm like, no,
I'm just going off the
we
past.
blow a 20-point lead every game, so no, I can't.
No, we do the same thing. I mean, we'll lose to the worst unranked team, and then we'll win against Texas. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense. And then you win against Alabama, but then you lose against a bad team.
I mean, I'm a Texas fan, but I still think they were having an off day, Alabama. I still think we're a good team. I do believe
they didn't look as good as when they were playing Georgia.
No.
But still, they're still Alabama. We still beat them. So
I mean, we could end up playing them. We'll see.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
We'll
That's exciting.
I honestly,
for you guys.
Grateful we're not playing Michigan, but that could have. I mean, I think either one's going to be tough. I mean, all these teams are.
They all are, yeah.
But it's fun. I mean, I will say it's fun for both of us to have like a good, like a fun team that's always, even if they're not great, it's still fun to watch them. Like
they're at least consistently mediocre.
Yeah, some of these schools are like basketball
terrible.
teams.
Yeah,
like, I feel like they're good this year, but then people don't really go to games.
Yeah, I don't.
So,
but OU basketball, like they're good sometimes. I think they're like number 11 right now. But
oh really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't watch basketball.
I read it all the time. I don't either.
I watch if they're like in March Madness, and I'll watch. But then I'm not going to watch.
No, I'm the same.
Games.
I'll watch March Madness. Yeah, I like going to Mavs games, but I don't even pay attention. Like
I went
if they're
a lot of
losing.
Jade's different games, but
and it ruined it for you. Yeah,
just different sporting events. But
PTSD.
now I don't mind. It's just like it's a hike, to go.
Oh yeah.
Now. I'm like I have to like coordinate it. We were gonna do like a hockey game, a Stars game when he was here, but my boyfriend is here. But it's just like it's a lot.
Those are fun though.
Yeah, it's fun. I haven't been to one in a while. It's fun to go, but it's just like it's a lot to coordinate.
Parking and
if you live
if you
here,
Uber, it's gonna be so expensive. So it's a lot of pre-planning.
And then just like we want to go to a Cowboys game, but those are, I mean, because they're good. Now it's insane. We
so
were gonna go to one
traffic.
beginning of the season. I was like, it was insane. Even to sit at the very top, it was insane. I was like, okay, sorry, we're not doing this.
It's a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I mean, once you're there, you're like, I'm really glad I'm
really
here.
It's really fun. The game's really fun.
But everything before and after that.
Then getting home is just a nightmare.
No, especially if the weather's bad, if it's cold, if it's raining, you know, you're just like,
yeah, like watching on TV is a little bit easier.
Yeah,
when it comes
we're
to
the
that.
same. We're just like, we complain about everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say, always just complain. You probably like, these girls never shut up.
Been complaining, so yeah.
Like, my life sucks.
Listen, I think people can relate to us, so. But I want to thank you for coming on.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
We haven't seen each other in a minute, so I feel like this is our good way of catching up.
Catch up with us.
Yes, thanks everyone for listening
and complaining.
Until next time.
Yeah.
But again,
stay tuned.
Alexis, what is your Instagram handle?
It is at Alexis.Belbel, just my name. And yeah, that's where you can find me.
I would have said that wrong. I thought it was Alexis Belbel, but it's Alexis.Belbel.
I don't even know why I put the dot there. No one else has my name, but that's how I made it.
I don't know why either. Yeah, and it's not changing, so.
That's my uniqueness, my dot in the middle.
And Samantha, is she dot as well?
I don't think she has a dot.
Okay,
I
so
should know this.
Samantha Belbel as well. She's not here. She's here in spirit.
She's not here. She's basically me times 2. But
yes.
With a few differences.
Yeah. And if they were here right now together, they'd probably be bitching at each other.
Exactly the same way, like nervously, like we probably.
They'd probably be like, stop, sit up straight. Yeah.
We'd probably be telling each other how bad we look. So.
I love you guys. Thank you again.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.